Bro, what did you just send me? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Am I allowed to say this? Nuka Zeus? That sounds racist to me. Doesn't feel he's transracial, wants to be as dark as Wesley Snipes. Okay.
Okay. There was a video where you shoot a gun when you were
Is this guy's
yourself,
joking, right?
Yeah.
What was that about?
There were some people on my Instagram page that was attacking some of my friends, and they just kept like going on and on and on attacking, and I kept telling them, yo, stop fucking with my people, you know what I'm saying? But they kept, so like I just made a fucking post, on Instagram, and I was like, look, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if you come at me. You can
Apparently he's just like a white Jewish guy.
beat me, do whatever the fuck you want, say whatever you want to me. But my friends are fucking innocent. You know what I'm saying? Leave them alone. So that's why I said in the video, I was like, you can say what you want about me, but one thing I will not tolerate is this bullshit coming to... Fuck, I don't remember what I said. But I said something about, what did I say? Shit. I was saying something about, you will not be, doing this shit to my people and my friends on my page. And I fired a gunshot because that's what you're gonna get if you keep fucking with me.
You know what's interesting? There's a stereotypical joke that behind every like famous black rapper is a Jewish ghostwriter. I don't know if you've ever heard that joke. Well, here's the proof, Like, what the fuck?
Okay. There was another video on your YouTube channel where you were, I guess, crying, talking about how you shot someone.
No, has to be fake.
Yeah. Where are you going with this?
Well, can you talk about it?
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
Bro, this like feels like this is from the Trailer Park Boys. Like, what is this?
Is it an open case?
Oh, as far as that, no.
This guy has like a real Facebook page.
Man, I don't know why I'm the only one that thinks this is funny.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. And you've actually called out people like Bad Baby and Riff Raff for profiting off black culture.
No, bro. What are you doing? Bro. Bro, it's one thing to be white and to like, I don't know, features that would be considered black. And you're like, oh, you know what? I want to maybe I want to get like whatever hairstyle or dressed in a particular way or whatever. A lot of people will grow up in like the fucking, what do you call it, the hood? I don't know. But there's white people who grow up there and they take on the culture. And it's like, that's fine. Whatever. I call that appreciation. But this guy is actually saying he's black. He's not saying like, yeah, I have darker skin. I like to look darker. That's fine. He's saying that he's black. That's fucking insane. This is insane. He's transracial. It says he's not transracial. Transracial is a real thing. Also, I wouldn't really be racist if I wasn't validating somebody's transracial identity. I would be like a transracialist, right? Because you don't call somebody sexist because they don't think trans women are valid. That you call them a transphobe, right? So I guess you'd be some kind of a transphobe. Transracial is real. But it doesn't really represent itself like this, or it doesn't manifest itself like this. Usually, like if a black family adopts a white kid or like a white family adopts a black kid, and they might identify with like the parents in some capacity. And that would be more what transracial is. It's a real thing. I never heard of somebody who did melanin injections. It's insane. But
Yeah, they do nothing for the community. They just take money and take money and take money and do nothing for it, nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's all rich people,
all the money that I usually get, I give it right back to the fucking community. You know what I'm saying? I be starving my motherfucking self. I live in a fucking house that's fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't give a fuck about me.
Well, where does he get money from? I'm a little confused because I was just looking at his his YouTube. It's not big, and that's fine. But like he's got, oh look, 500 views, 1,000 views, 800 views, 300. You know, where does he make this money from that he is talking about how he gives back? He has multiple pages, which I'm going to assume that they're doing just as poorly. He's on Twitch. Okay. Wait. Oh, I thought he would give us the link for some reason. I just had like a moment.
And ready to bail you out if you need help. So.
He doesn't exist. What money is he talking about? What did I do? Oh yeah, what money is he talking about? I don't understand. His most popular video is like 8,000 views.
You know what I'm saying? I'm selfless. I do everything for my people. You know what I'm saying? I try to give back everything that I got. But they don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They just fucking, it just pisses me off. You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting. I remember watching something on The Breakfast Club, and they were talking about somebody. They're talking about, I think Dr. Umar's on there. And like, I know Dr. Umar's like fucking sexist and homophobic, but he made a decent point. He had a black friend, and he's like, oh, we need to advocate for ourselves. Like, and why don't you make more black community jobs? Because that person was like a business owner, and they didn't like try to make, like, get the people there, like, or they didn't try to, locate businesses in black areas to, strengthen poor black areas. It's a decent point. It does seem, and this isn't something that really, like, this is something that everybody does. It's just, unfortunately, from the black community, there's a higher standard on black people to help the black community. Like, no community gives back. Like, nobody really usually gives back. Like, you don't see fucking, I'm not rich, but you don't see like fucking rich people from Long Island like, I should give back to the community. Like, not really. Like, they might donate money, but yeah. But it's an expectation for rich black people to do the same thing, which is unfair that they have a higher expectation. But at the end of the day, you have to advocate for your own community because nobody else really will. It's expected more in poor communities. Yeah, true. But that's an issue. Like, nobody's doing that. I haven't really seen that. Although I remember in school, they would teach us that drug dealers in general in poor communities, especially with like a lot of gang violence and stuff, are sometimes looked at in a very positive light because they walk around and they give money back to the community. And that's one of the reasons why there's like a bit of a pipeline to pull young kids in these communities into selling drugs, because they're like, oh, we're a poor area, but look at these guys giving money out. I want to make money and I want to give back. But it seems like once you hit the celebrity superstar area, they don't really give back so much. Nobody's like making a small business in like their fucking hometown. It's like, hey, let's make a small business here, or make like a factory thing here, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, have people compared you to Riff Raff before?
People compare. Some people do, but that's just because it's usually just the corn roast.
Yeah.
Right. And you actually have a problem with.
Well, there's a difference between saying, somebody said my mom constantly tells me when you get rich, you're going to solely support your family, right? So yes, supporting your family isn't giving back to your community. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but supporting your family is not the same as giving back to your community. Very different things. Most people would support their families if they got rich, but that's not the same as like starting a small business in your community to hire people from that area, or making sure that you have a particular factory that you understand what I'm saying, or donate money to like some kind of a youth center or whatever. You know my point.
Interracial dating.
Well, in an aspect, you know what I'm saying, like white dudes dating black women, you know what I'm saying, I don't like that because that's poisoning the well.
How could you be? This is weirdly racist. How is this racist for everybody? So this is just like fucking what the fuck? He's saying that like he really held on to that ideology. He was like, you know what? White people dating black people is so toxic for black people. I'm gonna become black because I like black girls. Is that what happened with him?
You know what I'm saying? They're watering down our genes.
This guy can't be real.
You know what I'm saying? We need to keep our genes strong. You know what I'm saying? But black men sleeping with white women, there's no problem with that because we're poisoning their well. So it's like, ha ha, ha ha.
Wait, he made that racist and sexist at the same time. How did he make that How did he manage to also make that sexist? Because it's like, oh, as if the man is conquering the woman. That's his perspective, basically. Then it's bad if the white man conquers the black woman, but it's good if a black man conquers a white woman. I just want you to know that when two people make a baby, the baby is just like 50-50, regardless of the person. It's not like, oh well, the dad's black, so the kid's more black. No, like it's still 50-50. It doesn't fucking matter. I know it's not as simple as that, but like you know what I mean. Like dominant, recessive, everything's gonna mix together. It's gonna do its thing. Like what the fuck? This is really weird. This is bizarre. Like, so how do you? So like, but what's the outcome of this? Like, okay, we're doing paint. I've been really into it. So in his scenario, where the fuck is my mouse? There it is. You got a black man plus a white woman. That's okay, but a white man and a black woman is not okay. This is not okay, right? This is okay. This is not okay, right? So this is what happens, right? Let's say they have a baby. They have a kid, right? The kid doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. They have a kid. They each have a kid here, right? And like right here, okay. Now you generally wouldn't really be able to tell, like what the mother and the father. Let's say these kids basically look the same. These kids basically look the same. By his logic, once you found out that the dad's black and the mom's white, this is like, oh, okay, you're a valid black kid. But once you find out that this is a white dad and a black woman, this kid is not a valid black kid. That's what he's saying. That's what he's trying to say here. That's fucking insane, bro. Like that's the outcome of what he's saying.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
Well, regardless of who's sleeping with who, there's going to be a baby that comes out that's going to be mixed.
Yeah, exactly.
Regardless of what well it's originating from, there's a baby that comes out that's half black, half white, or whatever other mixtures in the works. So, why does it matter if it's a black man with a white woman or a white woman with a black man?
Yeah,
because if it's a black man and a white woman, you know that's one less white baby.
This guy cannot be real. This guy can't be real. Because of like the one drop rule, every kid that's not like fully white is not white. You know what I mean? Because of the racism, so past racism. You know, so you wouldn't really consider the kid white at all because of that rule. That's generally how it works. So both kids are going to be black. They'll be considered like mixed. They'll be like light skinned black. That's how society would look them. Like let's see them. You know what I mean? But like, what the fuck?
Okay. But if it's a white woman and a black man, wait. If it's a white man with a black woman, that's gonna be a mixed baby, and it's less black than if she had a baby with a black man.
Well, I didn't say that it's less black.
What did I say though? Did I not predict this 2 minutes ago?
But I don't know. I haven't put a lot of thought into it. You know what I'm saying? I just know,
Clearly.
you know, with that, you know what I'm saying, with the black man
Because this guy has to have skin cancer.
and the white woman, we're watering down their shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, because that's one less white baby.
Hold on.
With that, you know what I'm saying, with the black man and the white woman, we're watering down.
With the black what the fuck? I can hear myself in my mic. Okay. What he just said. I have to fix my mic while we. What he just said. What he just said there was we. When he was referencing white men or black men and white women, he said we. This guy actually thinks black. He's Jewish. He's a Jewish white guy. He's not black. Why am I hearing myself? He's a fucking Jewish white guy. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Wait a minute. What the fuck? What's happening? What the fuck? Okay, fixed. Sorry, continue.
Their shit. You know what I'm saying?
Much better.
You know, because that's
Much
one
better.
less white baby to have, you know, running around on the planet. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I don't know what to say about the other side.
Okay, well, you primarily date black women?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have a baby with a black woman, whatever chemicals you put into your body is not going to get transferred down to the baby. Right? So
we don't know.
That's true.
You know?
We don't know? We don't know? Hold on a second. We do know 100%. We 100% know that Darwinism doesn't exist. We learned this in 6th grade. We know that, like, if you cut your arm off, that doesn't mean your baby has a higher chance of coming out without an arm. That's we've learned this already. I remember, like, we learned this a long time ago. This guy's fucking dumb.
Most likely not, but who knows? It's experimental drug. You know, I don't know if anybody's ever had a baby on this stuff before.
Are you injecting it into your fucking nutsack? I hope so, because then it will probably make you infertile.
Okay, that's an interesting point. But I mean, your DNA is still your DNA, right? So whatever's in your sperm, based on your DNA, if you have a baby with a black woman, that baby, half of his DNA is going to be white. So this whole poisoning thing is going to happen if you get a black woman pregnant.
But I'm not white. I'm just human.
Bro, what? What?
And or black.
Okay.
He's going to get a sperm transplant. Yeah, that's called getting cucked. Thank you.
Okay. But your DNA is still what it is, right? So if you talk about poisoning of wells, you're going to be doing.
Mama God, please stop. Mama God says, I feel like you're wrong about Darwinism. How am I wrong about Darwinism? It doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. Just, I can't. What the fuck?
Exactly what you don't like being done.
I don't know what to say.
Okay. Do you plan on having children?
I have had children, and I plan on. I want to have as many kids as I can.
Right.
Oh, you have kids already?
Which I don't want to talk about, but yeah.
Okay. Can you say how many?
No.
No. Okay.
Who would fuck this guy? How does he have so many kids?
Can you say if they're mixed or not?
They're black.
Okay. So you have black kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
Darwinism isn't real, Mama God. Stop.
How does the kids, is it, and I'm not going to go into details, but are both kids with the same mother or is it different mothers?
I don't want to go into any details about that.
Okay.
In the future, you know what I'm saying? We could do some, you know what I'm saying? But right now, there's too many people, you know what I'm saying? Too many haters out there. I don't want shit thrown at,
I got you. What does your kid's mother or mothers think about what you're doing right now in terms of the injections?
They just, that's me. You know what I'm saying? That's Zeus. That's like a common, thing that people say. That's just Zeus.
Gotcha.
Wait, hold on a second.
You're doing right now. Gotcha. What does your kid's mother or mothers think about what you're doing right now in terms of the injections?
They just, that's me. You know what I'm saying? That's Zeus. That's like a common, thing that people say. That's just Zeus.
That's something that you say when somebody's so fucking stupid that you're just, that's just him. Yeah, that's Zeus. Like he has such a series of just dumb behaviors that they're like, that's just him, bro. You know what I mean? It's like the fucking, like the dumb friend of the group who sucks on rocks. He's like, what? Someone that doesn't know you goes like, what is Tony doing? It's just fucking Tony, bro. That Tony he just fucking does shit like that. Oh, okay. That's it.
Gotcha. And, your profile pic on your YouTube channel is, essentially.
Stop. Okay. Is this not admitting that he knows he's not black? Like, if you do this and it's like, oh, I'm actually black on the inside, you're acknowledging that you're not, like, biologically black,
You're looking in the mirror, you're pointing to the mirror, and it's you on one side. Well, the white version of you, and then pointing on the other side of the mirror is a black man.
Yeah, it's my reflection.
Your reflection. But that's not actually you in the reflection. It's one of your friends, I guess, one of your black friends.
My brother, yeah.
Brother.
Okay.
Does he come from like an adopted black family?
I mean, like I said, in 12 years of interviewing people, I have never come across this before. This is very different. And you have the Rachel Dolezal situation.
Yeah.
And you also had this other woman who I think was a professor at some university recently that recently came forward and said that she wasn't black. But neither of these people actually injected anything into themselves. They just had a certain type of look and maybe, did something with their hair or something like that. But no one actually went to the heights that you've gone to in order to do this.
It's something like I said, as a kid, it's something I've always wanted to have darker skin. If I had one wish, I'd wish for black skin.
Do you consider yourself transracial?
People keep throwing that word at me, but technically, I don't consider myself transracial because transracial is going from one race to another. I'm not doing a transformation. I am not transforming from one thing to another. I have always been me. I'm just darkening my skin. It's the same thing if somebody wants to dye their hair or if someone wants to grow out their beard.
Well, he thinks he's black and he's a white Jewish man, so like he's totally wrong. But it's interesting because now we have, like, when it comes down to it, my personal perspective here is, like, when it comes to gender, obviously gender isn't super, like, there are boys and girls, but there's also 3.5 million boys and 3.5 million girls. So, like, things get a little blurred. Generally speaking, though, when it comes from a mental health perspective, you have somebody that's like trans, they have, like, say they have diagnosed like gender dysphoria, and they're saying, like, hey, I want to, like, I'm a biological man, I want to be a woman. Or I am a woman, I feel like a woman. And we look at this from a mental health perspective and say, like, okay, us allowing them to transition will help them overall, as well as, like, solid therapy to reel in their expectations or to help them, go into the right path. That's why I think that I'm trans affirming. I think it makes sense for an outcome and like a positive outcome on the person. And we don't really lose anything as a society other than like slightly blurring the lines between men and women. And I don't really care. I don't think that's a negative thing. I don't think it matters. If this guy has a legitimate mental illness, are we able to say, like, oh, maybe he is transracial? Like, maybe this is acceptable? Like, is that, it's similar, it's similar transgender, transracial in this capacity? It is kind of similar. Like, where's the difference? He wants to be seen as a black man. Like, wouldn't there logically be a way to say, like, yes, I'm transracial affirming? I feel like the logic chain is there. It's a weird thing. It doesn't mean that you can identify with the struggle of like a black person because you grew up in your life as like a white man, so you wouldn't be able to because just like everything else, it would be more like interrace maybe. Just like everything else, like a trans woman, for instance, I grew up as like identifying as a man or as a man. They wouldn't understand what it's like to be a woman as they're growing up, right? Because there's, we can make it very simple and we can do two stages. There's when you're a child and then when you're an adult. Those are two different phases of your life, right? So you go through specific struggles as a child, which will a lot of times ingrain particular IDs into your head, and then there's a struggle you go through as an adult, right? He isn't going to have any of like the ingrained issues that a black person would have as they're growing up that wouldn't translate over. I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe there is a level of reality to this. I personally think this is fucking preposterous. Also, though, I look at this guy, I just don't care. You'd be like, oh, well, you should call him black. I wouldn't, I mean, like, what am I going to walk? Hey, what's going on, black guy? Like, that's not the first thing you say to somebody, so I don't really care. I still think he's fucking weird, But I guess it gets into a question is like, oh, can he say he's black on his like college resume? I mean, he's definitely can say he's like fucking mentally, incongruent. You know what I mean?
Or gain muscles, you know what I'm saying? I'm just doing something for me. Or they want to get fake titties or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just me.
Very transparent.
I just want a darker skin.
He doesn't just want darker skin, though. He wants to be called black. Those are two different things,
And it's nice to go out in the sun, you know what I'm saying? Before, I couldn't go in the sun without getting burned after fucking 10 minutes, you know what I'm saying? It was hard, you know what I'm saying, being like that as a kid,
Did he say gay I think he said giant muscles.
Everybody else can go swimming and everybody else can play outside all the time. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? But now I can. I can be out in the sun all day long and it'd be perfectly fine.
So you never sunburn anymore? You never peel?
Nope,
nothing?
Nothing. It's low.
Okay.
I
sunburn.
Black privilege, guys.
Okay, and you're not done yet. You've said that you want to be as dark as Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, I heard that quote somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere I heard somebody say something about black as Wesley Snipes. So that happened to pop out the one time when I was talking. I was like, yeah, I want to get as black as Wesley Snipes. And I mean, if I could get darker than that, I mean, that'd be nice. I mean, I want to be dark, you know, the end of the spectrum.
Okay, but in order to achieve that, you have to up the injections, right?
My assumption, yeah, and or getting in the sun a lot more often.
Okay, and as you up the injections, you take a bigger risk. I mean, you talk about liver damage, you talk about the blood-brain barrier.
There's a lot more shit out. That's just like one of the most common ones that I remember. I mean, there's been cases of people dying. There's been cases of people's dicks stopped completely working forever. There's been other things. I'm trying to remember. There's something I don't remember what it's called, but there's other shit. Literally, I mean, it's an experimental drug. So literally, just about anything can happen. You know, I could sprout a fucking, you know, third arm out of my asshole.
I mean, if you were no longer able to have an erection because of what you did,
I've thought about this.
would you regret ever doing it, or would you say, nah, I did what I did? And
I've been thinking about that for actually the past couple weeks. I have no answer for that. I don't know. I really don't know, but you know, it's like I said, it's just the pursuit of happiness. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. It's so hard to explain because I don't fully understand it yet. You know what I mean?
Me neither,
I just want to be me.
Okay. I guess we could all identify with that.
yeah, well, listen, you're doing your own thing. You're going.
You know, there's fucking like 7 parts to this. I'm not watching all of it. I don't know why they didn't just do one part, but like, holy moly.
Against the grain. This is not, you know, obviously this is not the most popular thing that you're doing right now.
Oh, no, we have to watch another
I'm
one.
sure
It's
there's
short.
a
Holy
certain
fuck.
part of the black community that feels that you're mocking them and making fun of them.
And that's one thing I hope that I could find a way to prove and show people that it's nothing detrimental. It's nothing in the mocking category. It's nothing in the blackface category. You know what I'm saying?
It is in a little bit of the blackface category. I know what he's saying because like blackface, there's 2 aspects to it. There's the blackface, and then there is like the historical context behind the blackface. I remember a long time ago there was this. It was like last year. It's not that long ago. There was I think an Asian woman, and on TikTok, and she did like really incredible makeup where she could transform herself into a character, and she did a bunch of characters. She did like Scarlet from whatever, Marvel, I don't know. You get my point. A bunch of different people of all different races. She did Kobe Bryant to like honor his passing, and then she got destroyed for blackface, even though she was an artist that does face makeup to look like somebody, and she was really good, right? I think that that's an instance of people like overacting. That's not really blackface in the sense of like mocking black people. I don't think he's doing that. I think he genuinely wants to be black because he might feel black in some capacity. Maybe he grew up in the hood. And he's just taking it a little too far. But like outside of that, I don't know, man. Maybe transracial is real, you know, because he's not even saying he's transracial. That's how insane it is. He's like, I am black. He's like, I'm not transitioning. I'm just becoming who I am. That's some real shit. But what are the implications of it, though? Because imagine we transracial becomes a thing. How many fucking edgy white kids doing commentary on YouTube are gonna start like fucking just putting blackface on, going, "I'm transracial," and start blasting off the N-word? You know. Somebody said it annoys me that he's using AAVE. Okay, really quick, I want to talk about this. AAVE is like, it's not really like black speech. It's really more speech of people who would grow up in like, what's it called? The hood? I don't know what the socially acceptable term is. If he's a white guy that grew up there, of course he would pick up the same mannerisms and like communication skills. So urban areas, is that how you say it? Okay, urban. I'll try to be better about that. So to say that like, oh, he's appropriating black culture, what is he, or did he grow up in an area that was predominantly black, that was like in an urban area? You know, I feel like a lot of times we're like very like, I don't know, we're very differently aware. I don't know. I feel like we're not having the right conversation about like cultural appropriation or blackfishing, which I'll probably do a video on at some point.
saying, like, a lot of people that don't know me, they jump to conclusions, but everybody that's around me, they know me. They're like, that's Zeus, you know what I'm saying? They know me. They're like, we know you, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You might be a little crazy, but you cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even when I meet new people, once they usually sit down and get to know me and talk to me and see what I'm about, see my dreams and motives and things I want to do for the world, you know, they're like, yo, you cool as shit. You real nice and humble. I mean, just don't ever say, you know, racial slur around me. You know what I'm saying? I might go cuckoo. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, all I want to do.
I do know what you're saying.
Is just free our people, you know what I'm saying? Get rid of this racism, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, uplift black people globally. So many people focusing on black people in America. Nah, when I say I represent black people and I want to uplift black people, I'm talking about globally, all around the world. Let's get China out of fucking Africa. You know what I'm saying? We need to
just China? Or?
Be like black people are the fucking supreme beings on the planet. You know what I'm saying? But the white
why did we get racist with this in a weird way? I don't understand. How did we get right? Why are black people the supreme beings? I don't understand.
White man is jealous of the black man, so he does all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to hold us back. You know
what the fuck happened, bro? It is racist. I hate this. I really hate. It's such a dumb thing. Like, bro, it's such a. I'm gonna explain to you why. One of the really bad reasons why it's bad to say that black people are supreme being. We're all just like equal. We're all just people. Actually, individuals are all like. Listen, we are all should be treated equally, and then individuals will rise up. You know, we all need obviously we all need access to opportunity, equal opportunity. But you know what's going to happen. You know what like a typical like person was going to say if you go, black people are the supreme beings. They're like, well, then why did white people conquer everything, right? And that gets into like a really inappropriate racial conversation. I personally think it's just because of access to resources. White people tend to, black people tend to live in areas that are like hotter and have like less access to natural resources that would be able, you know, to allow them to conquer. Luck, I don't know, but like this is the new conversation that we have. When you go, black people are superior, it's just like, oh yeah, well then what? And then you have like your racist response. So you'll say a racist thing, and then the white people will respond with a racist thing, and now we're engaged in a conversation, like yelling at each other or saying racist shit to each other. This guy's insane, though.
We got to stop that. You know what I'm saying? If anything, we need to be equal. You know what I'm
saying? How can you say that? You just said that we aren't equal.
Jealous. Are the fuck out of fucking. I want to uplift black people. I'm talking about globally, all around the world. Let's get China out of fucking Africa. You know what I'm saying? We need to be like black people are the fucking supreme beings on the planet. You know what I'm saying? But the white man is jealous of the black man, so he does all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to hold us back. You know, we got to stop that. You know what I'm saying? If anything, we need to be equal. You know what I'm saying? We're not equal. You know what I'm saying? Technically, black people should be sitting on top of the world because black people are children of the sun. You know what I'm saying? We came from the earth. You know what I'm saying? White people are a fucking genetic mutation of black people. So
speak your truth, brother. I don't know what to tell you.
White people are all fucking trash, basically. You know what I'm saying? They're just a little fucking mutant little mutt, you know, cave beasts. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck?
So
white people are just mutant mutt cave beasts? I just don't know what to say about that.
Your sister is a mutt.
She's not white. She's human.
Your parents?
They're human.
Are
this has to be like a joke. They're human? They're white humans.
Are genetic offshoots, I guess.
But
they're just very white passing black people.
I'm not talking about them. They're human. You know what I'm saying? When I learned the definition of white is evil, devil, you know, hatred, racist, all that shit. So that's what white is. My parents, my family are not that. My parents are human. They're cool. They're nice. They're big-hearted.
So by this logic, this is the logic, is all I have to do is not identify as white, and I literally have nothing. Like, that's it. That's all I have to do. I'm human. I'm not white. I'm human. Sorry, I'm not white. That's all you have to do. Okay. Sure.
You know what I'm saying? They're not white because the definition of white is basically every negative thing you can think of.
That sounds actually perfectly reasonable and not racist at all.
So there's good white people and there's evil white people, or are they all evil, or how do you look at it?
I've had quite a lot of people over the last couple years try to explain to me and show me that not all white people are bad, and
I feel like you would start there since you're white.
I have been learning that, but it's kind of like they're all guilty until proven innocent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like all white people are guilty of being evil and racist until they prove themselves that they are not.
Everybody's capable of that, sure.
And once they prove themselves that they're not, like, okay, you cool.
Okay, that was phenomenal. Now, this is apparently part of like a multi-part series. I don't think we're going to watch all of it. But I do want to watch part 5. Watch part 5. Well, how many parts this is? It's 7 parts. Because in part 5, he explains why he uses the N-word. And I'm just curious.
Okay. There was something about shooting up a school or a mass murder about white people or something like that.
Okay, so a lot of people think that there's self-hate with me, and there is no self-hate. I don't hate myself. I hate white people.
Right.
So, like I said, back when I first moved down to the South, I didn't know there was a difference between people. I thought we were all human. So but I moved to a town that was very segregated.
Where did he originally live, and why is this account puts everything up in parts? Everything is put up in like 12 parts or 7 parts. Why isn't there like the full thing? Okay, whatever.
Had nothing but white and black people. There was no Mexicans, no mixed people, no Chinese, no Indians, just white and black. And nobody fucked with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like segregation.
So when I walked to the school, you know what I'm saying, all the blacks were on one side and all the whites were on the other. And I was confused.
What a way to prove you're not racist, and by saying all the blacks. All the blacks were on this side and all the whites were on this side. Oh, I understand. I understand that. I understand. Okay. Jesus Christ.
I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to sit. And I wanted to be friends with everybody because I consider people human. You know what I'm saying? I don't see, difference in anything. But as time progressed, all the white people, they were giving me a lot of shit. They were like, why you keep hanging out with them, and, saying racial slurs and shit like that, and it just started turning into like something big. And they kept telling me, that, they was going to hang me with my coons, that I was a nigga lover, that they was going to, hang me if I come back to school, tie me up to a truck, drag me down a dirt road. They would jump me, they would beat me. And then like me going through this shit all the time and then watching all my people, go through it all the time, I was like, I had enough of it. I felt like, what else was I supposed to do, or what would anybody else in my position do? I wanted to get rid of this evil that was, being directed toward me and the rest of my people. So I decided to take matters into my own hands and strike back. And that was the whole school shooting incident.
Wait, what? This is not funny. I'm so sorry. Wait, so he shot up a school? Bro, he's white. He's white. It's it. There's no better proof. You ask me, hey, how do you know someone's white? My first thing would be like, well, if they shoot up a school, they're probably white. Like, what the fuck? Jesus Christ. This is insane, dude. This is insane.
Okay.
Other details I'm not going to get into because I'm saving that for the documentary. But
okay,
that's where all the hating for white people started, the way that they treated me and all my people.
Bro, this literally is just Jamie Kennedy ready to pop out and be like, I'm just joking,
And then as time progressed in life, I see shit happening all the time, on TV, and it just infuriates the fuck out of me, and it makes me hate white people even more and more as time goes by.
Okay, now you used the N-word when you were describing, a situation just now. Do you use the N-word on a regular basis?
I used to. When I first got locked up, And when I was in juvie at 13, they told me like, yo, if you want to get respect, you got to be saying that word. Which was weird, but like after that, it was in my vocabulary all the time. But again, as I aged and got older, you know,
As I oldered.
I view the word differently, and I pull back, and I don't say it all the time like I used to. It just slips out, or you know, just every now and then when it's really needed to be said. You know, and
Like
it's
when?
like
When does it need to be?
There's two
When does it need to be said?
different ways, because there's two different kinds of people. There's the people that are like, you know, nobody should be saying that word. You know, we all need to stop saying that word. It has a bad past to it and all that. But then on the other side, it's like it's just a word. Everybody should be able to say it. You know, we're giving the word power by saying that it affects us a certain way. So it's like I'm stuck between these two sides of people, and I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like you have no true skin in the game because you're not fucking black. It depends on the person you talk to. I remember when I was in middle school or high school, and this is like it's interesting. There was a black teacher, and it kind of like resonates with me now more. It's not really my conversation to have too much, but it was a black teacher, and like black kids. I went to a school that was like 30% white, like 30% black, like 40% like I guess the rest Hispanic. I don't know. And there were black kids would say it, like they would say the word, and he would yell at them, say, "Don't say that word. Like it has a shitty history. We need to like erase the word." It really depends on the individual that's saying it, and like that's more like, you know, that's really where the conversation goes. Me personally, obviously, nobody should say the word with an R, regardless. They're often mostly black people. Listen, if you grow up in a black community and it's okay with them, whatever. Like a lot of times, whatever. I don't give a shit. And or if rap music comes on, listen, bro, I'm not trying to be that guy. If I'm singing in the car, singing Childish Gambino, listen, don't make good music. You know what I'm saying, bro? Don't make any good music. Just don't record it or antagonize people, because obviously that's the wrong thing to do. All right, we watched 2 parts of this. There's more parts. I don't know if I want to watch all of them, but like there was one, like let's see. I don't need to watch If I'm Not Black, I Don't Want to Live, but there is another one. This one. Okay, because he meeting Rachel Dolezal. So Rachel Dolezal is basically a woman who said that she was black. I think she grew up in a black neighborhood or a black home, and she kind of identifies as black. It's like a transracial conversation, whatever. And then it turns out that she's white. But this is why he hates white people. So let's get into it. I'm pretty invested in this guy too. Like he's
okay.
I think I can at least respect the fact that he's committing to this is real to him. You know what I mean? I can respect that, even if it's bizarre to me.
Well, before you started doing this, Rachel Dolezal was in the news, right?
Yeah.
When you saw Rachel Dolezal, who was a white woman who pretended to be black, she kind of styled her hair a certain type of way to make herself look mixed. She joined the NAACP and was fighting for, black rights and so forth. When it was exposed that she was actually white and there was the whole backlash, how did you feel about that?
At first, I disliked her. I
you guys are
hated
funny.
her. You know what I'm saying? I talked shit about her all the time, and for quite a few years. But I had a chance to actually sit down and talk to her, and one-on-one, and hear her full story and everything. And I understand. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I have no problem with her now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's
Yeah, she didn't just join. She was apparently she was voted into the leadership position. So.
trying to do something for black people. So what's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? I see no problem with her trying to do. I mean, she worked for AA. She was.
You can't even say NAACP. I'm so sorry.
You know what I'm saying? I see no problem with her trying to do. I mean, she worked for AA. She was doing things.
I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Good things for the community. So I really don't see any problem with her doing whatever she wants to do. If she wants to be black, fine, let her be black.
It gets into a really interesting conversation, right? Because here's the argument that would be as to why she shouldn't be in charge of the NAACP, right? Is because she doesn't have it's okay. So the reason you wouldn't generally have a white person be part of the NAACP, or the leader or whatever, right? They don't have the black experience, right? So how could you understand the struggle of a black person if you're not really black? But then it gets into a more rooted, like a more complicated conversation. What if you're a white person, which my understanding is she is a white person that grew up in like a black neighborhood, like an urban area. Now I might be wrong about that, but I think that's who she is. Well, do you think that she has more or less of an understanding of the traditional black experience than, let's say, an upper middle class white black person that grew up in like fucking New York City or something? Because, you know, whether you like it or not, a black person, like a rich black person or a well-off black person, especially if you grew up that way, it is not facing anywhere near the same racism as somebody who grows up in like a fucking urban area, right? But then there's also another complicated thing is if you grow up white in like a black area, you're normally not going to face the same. You're not going to face the same issues 100%, right? You're not going to face the issue of like implicit bias and whatnot. It's a very complicated conversation.
How did you end up sitting down with Rachel Dolezal?
A mutual friend of ours.
Mutual friend of you? What are you guys, family? Like, what the fuck?
And I asked him, you know, because he was saying that he
rate who's OnlyFans? What are you talking about?
talked to her and, you know, did an interview with her. And I was like, shit, I was like, do you think, you know, I can ever, you know, say something to her? And he was like, yeah. And then
Rachel
that's how it
Dolezal?
started. And then we, you know, we texted with each other.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I want to sit down with her. I want to pick her brain.
Wait, she actually has an OnlyFans. Wait, what? What? It's for feet pics and squatting. What the fuck? Wait, it's $10 a month. She was on an hour ago. She has 5.2 thousand likes. What? What? What the fuck? I'm fucking flabbergasted. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? That's insane, dude. Bro, I'm very curious. I'm very curious. Okay.
And kind of see where she's at these days. I mean, because it is a very interesting kind of thing. It's like someone pretending to be black, but they're actually part of the NAACP.
Bro, she's like, she does squats and does the gym and stuff. Bro, I'm kind of curious.
So
She looks like she might have a fatty.
sort of a weird type of thing.
It's just weird when people say pretending to be black, because I don't see it as pretending to be black. You know, I can't really speak for her, but I think she's very similar to me. But I'm not pretending to be black. I'm just me. I just happen to, you know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of coincidences.
Okay. And as you sort of go through this transformation, you know, you refer to white people as cave beasts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice way to you know, degrade the oppressor, you know,
They call them cave beasts.
in a nice way, you know what I'm saying? Instead of, you know, I don't know, you know, it's a nice term to, you know, say fuck you, you know?
Okay.
Okay. Well, you said that you hate white people so much that you want to murder them, and in turn, you want to kill yourself?
No, because I'm not white.
Okay.
Nor is my family. We're human beings.
Okay. Okay, but you know the quote that I'm talking about.
Yes, if I remember correctly. I've said a lot of shit, but I think I remember.
Bro, what the fuck is this? I don't know, man. This is insane. This is part 1 on what made him decide to do skin injections.
All right, here we go. We have Nuka Zeus.
I'm so Nuka Zeus. Okay, I said it the wrong way. I'm like weirdly invested in this
On Vlad TV. And definitely one of our more interesting guests that we've had over the years. And, you know, before we get into your whole story, you're essentially a Caucasian man who at one point started to inject himself with a chemical that put melanin in your skin that would make you dark when you start going out in the sun.
yes and no. It's not technically melanin. People always think it's melanin, but it's just a peptide that is basically steroids when it doesn't do anything unless I go into the sun. So the same thing as steroids helps people get muscle faster. The injections help me to get darker faster whenever I get into the sun. It's just
That's insane.
tanning, with ultra speed.
Okay.
Got it. And we'll get into
Understood.
that whole part of the story, but I kind of want to go into your background first. So where exactly did you grow up?
Basically two different places. When I was born up in New York, I lived there till I was about 10.
Where in
And
New
then
York?
I moved down south in small town areas in the middle of nowhere.
Okay. And
Bro, that's so interesting to me. It sounds like he grew up in like an area. Wait. It sounds like he grew up in an area where he didn't understand. Bro, I'm so fucking.
what nationality are your parents?
They're human. Okay, hold on. Bro, this is mind fucking me for some reason. I'll try to explain, but this is like really blowing my mind. Holy fuck. Okay. It sounds like he grew up in New York and probably like a pretty traditional like suburban area. Like some fucking whatever. Maybe Long Island. I don't know. He probably grew up in an area that like there wasn't a lot of racial issues, or at least he didn't see those racial issues where people were probably more like mixed together. Like in the school I went to, nobody was segregated. Everybody just kind of hung out. I didn't race wasn't like an understood thing, at least for me. Maybe it was for black people in there, but not for me. So grew up in like, it seems like he grew up in that area, like in an area where like he didn't like see any inequality as a white person, right? And then he moved to a very probably much more racist area because it's the South, probably Florida, Mama God said. And then like there was an issue where there was deep segregation where it was either the whites or the blacks. That's what he said. White people or black people. And then he didn't understand because he was like culturally he was more accepting and like people were people, right? That's how I grew up. And he was like, okay, well, I'm going to identify with the black people because it's the white people who are saying you have to pick a side. And then that just turned into an entire identity for him where like he perceived these new white people as so racist and horrible, probably justifiably so, honestly, that he didn't he had rejected his own white identity and became black in his mind. Dude, what a fucking backstory. Bro, like that is like the villain's backstory. Like that is incredible. What an incredible fucking backstory, dude. He's the Joker. The Joker. He's the Joker. You know what I mean, dude? That's fucking crazy. Holy shit. That's fucking crazy, bro. Taking Two-Face to a new level. Very funny. Very funny. All right.
Technically, I consider them human. But I guess you could say other people would consider them Caucasian.
Caucasian.
Or some Italian, Sicilian.
Okay.
Apparently he's not even Sicilian. Like he just says that he's Sicilian. Apparently he's legitimately just like a white Jewish guy.
Okay. And you have a sister as well?
Yes.
Okay. So you're growing up sort of all over the place. You went to the Art Institute for a year?
I went there for a couple of years, I think. I went to multiple colleges.
Okay. And you didn't graduate though?
No, it wasn't really my path in life that I wanted to take. I tried it out and it wasn't for me.
Okay.
Okay. Now, we'll go ahead and show a picture of what you look like originally, with extremely, pale skin and
I could see it. I could see it. That's just a light-skinned black man, bro. That's it. It's a light-skinned black man.
And up until the point where you started injecting yourself.
That's like the whitest guy I've ever seen in my life.
Were you into black culture? Had a lot of black friends, into hip hop, or what was the attraction initially?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been around black people my whole entire life. My first friends like ever. And when my parents first sent me to daycare, there's a black guy there. He became my best friend.
He looks like he works at GameStop. That's funny, mama. Oh my god.
And my parents were friends with their friend or his friends. And it's just like it seems like I bounced around different schools, and it's like every school that I went to, I always gravitated to the black people for some reason, and it's just I just connected more with I don't know, and then I moved down to the South, and then I thought everybody was human. Saying I didn't really realize that there was a difference between white and black, but only through hindsight did I realize that I gravitated to black people. But when I moved to the South, I learned from, the people around me that, hey, you're not human. You're either white or you're black. So that kind of started the whole thing. And then
I feel like I called the backstory. I feel like my interpretation of his backstory is spot on.
I don't know. We'll get into that later. But to answer your question, I've always felt a little different, and I always felt like I wanted to have darker skin. My whole family has darker skin than me, and my sister used to tease me and say I wasn't part of the family, say I was adopted because I was so light skinned.
Oh, there's just another layer to this. There's just another layer to this desire to be like black.
And I just wanted to be like all my friends and stuff like that. So in middle school, I started thinking about doing plastic surgery to become, see if I can do the opposite of Michael Jackson. And then I was like, you know what, fuck that. I'm just going to be me. And as I progressed into adulthood, I started trying to find other ways to darken my skin, but it never seemed to happen. But then I found out about the tanning injections, and I wanted to try it, and I tried it, and I like it, and I finally have dark skin, which I've always wanted.
Wow, incredible. This part's called, like, if I'm not black, I don't want to live, so I risk my life with injections. Jesus. Really trauma dumping.
You said at one point you wanted to commit suicide.
Yeah, there's been a few times.
That's crazy.
Was that before you started injecting yourself or after?
Before.
Okay, and why'd you want to kill yourself?
A couple of different times. Sometimes.
Why'd you want to kill yourself? Well, there are a few times. It's like, okay, that's not really the answer.
Just, I like if somebody singles me out, and tries to like say that I'm not black, it's like it just hurts my soul, and it's just like it's hard to explain. Like if I'm not black, I don't even want to be here. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. It just hurts when my own people turn their back on me.
Okay, and you've been diagnosed with ADHD, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm black too. I got it. I got the ADHD. I got ADHDs.
Anything else that you've ever been diagnosed for, or is that it?
I also have a SVT, which makes my heart pump faster and harder than normal.
Wow.
Okay. So when you found that solution, and what's it called? Milanatun?
Milanatun too.
Milanatun.
I just can't even. I don't even know if he's saying it right. You know what I mean? Like he can't even say. What couldn't he say before? Oh, he couldn't even say NAACP. I couldn't say it for a second. He couldn't even say Fuck. He couldn't even say NAACP. So I don't know if that's what it actually is called.
Okay. How'd you find out about Milanatun?
How did I find out about it? I've seen pictures on the internet, floating around here and there, and I thought it was fake. And one of my friends was showing me Martina Big, and I was like, that's fake. That ain't real. And they're like, no, that's real. And then I thought about the injections, but I never pursued it. And then about a year later, I was thinking about committing suicide. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to try the drugs, I'm about to kill myself anyway.
Is it Milanatun or melatonin? I'm so confused. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay.
Let me see what it's like. So I did it, and then, I started liking it. I started getting happy, and I love it.
Wow, this guy is like describing what it feels like to be like trans. Like this is like very similar testimonies from like transgender people. This is insane. This is insane. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Like this guy is describing, it's like, I almost killed myself because my mental health was so out of whack. But then I started injecting and now I feel better. It's like, wait. So like, in all honesty, the question comes down to it. Like, I genuinely believe that this man will kill himself if he thinks he's white. Okay? I genuinely believe that. So now we're left with two options. Don't let him identify as a black person, or he kills himself. That's it. I genuinely believe those are the only two options. So what do we do? Do we tell him he can't be black? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, if the goal is to keep people alive and happy, he's happier, and I don't see any way in which he's being like, I don't think he's hurting the conversation at all. I mean, like, he's become anti-white, which is not good, but like, whatever. I mean, like, I don't care about that. I don't know, bro. Transracial might be like a real thing. The implications of like widely accepting it, though, that's the problem. Because then you're gonna have, again, a bunch of edgy fucking kids. I'm black, and then they're gonna start throwing all fucking,
Okay, I actually looked up Martina Big, and this is a white woman who took the same.
What the fuck? Who is this? I can't even find them. What the fuck? Oh, I found her. This is insane, bro. Is this real? Holy moly.
And turned really dark.
Yeah. Supposedly she tans a lot more often than me and takes a lot more than I do. I wish I could get that color.
Okay, so you started to inject yourself with this stuff.
I did not know who that was.
And I guess it costs around $40 a bottle?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. When you first started injecting
We need health insurance to cover that.
yourself, I mean, did it hurt? Was there a burning or a pain or side effects?
Well, when I first started taking it, I was very scared because I looked up the all the different side effects that it could have, and I was really scared. So I gave myself anxiety, and I thought that was a side effect. So when I first started taking it, I was feeling a little weird. My brain wasn't feeling right, but it was basically me giving myself anxiety because I was so scared of what if I die or what's gonna happen. Is my dick gonna fall off? I had no idea. And then as time progressed and I got used to it, that went away.
Okay, because
Wow.
isn't this used for erectile dysfunction?
When they first invented the injection, they were making it for erectile dysfunction disorder, but they found out that when people go in the sun, they just happen to get, a lot darker, a lot faster. And
Wait, that makes sense as to why he's talking about how he wants to make a ton of babies and spread his seed. Because he's horny all the time because it's something for erectile dysfunction. So I imagine it would make him horny a lot. Maybe I'm just ignorant. What is truly, 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 truly incredibly interesting here, though, is that, like, to fix erectile dysfunction, they give people BBCs. Yep, basically. Wait a minute. Is his penis black? Wait, hold on. There's some. Hold on. This is insane. Hold on. This guy. Wait. So what he explained is you inject it and then you tan faster. It's some kind of a steroid, I guess, that like speeds up the process of tanning. Because tanning is a response to the sun. The sun, it will hit you, I guess, break you down in some capacity. So your body creates a natural layer of like, oh, we have to protect ourselves from the sun. But we all get, if you're not naked, right? You don't even out. You have tan lines. Does this guy stand outside with a fucking erect penis and just like fucking lay down on his back and wait for it to get cooked? That's the only way he'd get a BBC, or else he has a fucking the whitest dick ever. It's true. That's insane. What's also insane is earlier in the video, he said that if a black man impregnates a white woman, then that's just like basically dominating white genes. But if a white man impregnates a black woman, then that is poisoning the well. That's what he said before. He identifies as black, but like realistically, he is not in any capacity, like what would you say, genetically black or whatever you'd say. Which means even if he feels black, he's still injecting a black woman with his white semen. So he should internally feel like he can't have sex or he's just going to be poisoning the well. This shit's insane, bro.
And I started, at first, it didn't do anything different with my libido. Is that the right word?
Yes.
Yeah.
Libido. And but as I started taking more of the injections and going to higher dosages, now it's like it's doing what it was originally made for. It
All semen is white. That's true.
gives me a lot of random boners that are hard to get rid of.
Oh my god.
Okay, so originally an injection would last you
He's punching up it in reverse. Yeah, basically.
a month. But as you kept doing it, now you have to do it every 5 days.
Right. It actually started being more than a month. It started off at like a month and a half. A vial would last me, and I just keep upping my dose, and now it's at the point where it's 5 days, and I want to up it more, but I'm not sure if how dangerous that is. People are already telling me that I'm taking high dosages. I need to be careful of my liver. I need to be careful of my blood-brain barrier. So
Wait, so this motherfucker is taking like a $40 bottle every 5 days? Holy shit.
and there's nobody out there to talk to, you know, to be like, what's the maximum you can take?
Like
Because I'm already
yeah.
taking past the recommendation.
Okay, does this have to be prescribed by a doctor, or you can just order it
You
on
can
the
just
internet?
buy it off of Amazon or a couple other different places online.
What?
Okay, you didn't want to go see a doctor to work with a doctor on working,
I
seeing,
tried.
testing your levels and stuff?
I tried going to one of my
Maybe like a mental health therapist, like a mental health expert as well.
primary care doctors, and I told them about it, and they told me to stop taking it because that was back when I had anxiety for it. And I was like, look, can you give me something to stop with this anxiety? And they're like, no, I'm not going to give you anything to mask side effects of this. If you don't like it, stop taking it. And I was like, all right, well, can you at least, take my blood, check my liver, make sure everything is okay internally? They did do that, but I went back again, and when I wasn't feeling well, and they just kept telling me, look, stop taking it. If you're not going to stop taking it,
He wasn't super open about it. He's like, yeah, they tested my blood and my liver, and he didn't tell us the results though. He just said he went back again and they told him to stop taking it. Is his liver fucked up?
we suggest you go seeing a therapist. And then I had to stop going to that doctor.
So you
The doctor was right on fucking cue.
said you'd rather live a short life and experience a lot than live a long life and not experience shit.
Exactly, because what's life without experiences?
Wow. I'm gonna keep going. We didn't watch this yet. He said he's still not at his desired skin tone.
Okay, so you started to inject yourself, and we'll go ahead and show a video of you in the beginning of the process.
What up, y'all? Nuka Zeus here, representing that Black Power.
Oh my god. He got the fucking Black Power thing. Oh my god.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? I've been taking the Milanatun 2 tanning injections. That's right, the injections that I inject into myself as an experimental drug that supposedly makes your pigments working overtime to produce more melanin in the skin when you're out in the sun. So today is day 7 that I've been taking it.
And as you can see, the skin
Okay.
is very pale. You also don't have the cornrows and everything else like that.
Yeah.
And you start to shoot yourself up with this. And it's like a syringe that you have to inject into your vein.
No, anywhere in your body. They recommend fatty areas.
Which means you don't want to inject it into your vein. It'll kill you if you inject it in your vein, is what it sounds like. This sounds like something you specifically want to inject in your like muscles, or I get like you want the body to absorb it, but not in your. It's like steroids. You don't want to shoot like testosterone into your fucking vein. You shoot it into like a muscle.
People do with their stomachs, but I have a thing. I'm scared to stick my stomach. So I tried my buttocks at first, but
Probably the best spot to do it. Yeah.
I don't know. It hurt when I jabbed my ass. So I found a spot in my leg where my leg connects to my hip, and I just inject there, and I don't feel it when it goes in.
Okay, so you start to
Okay.
inject yourself. And right away, you start to notice that your skin would get
Looks like Robert Downey Jr. You mean in Tropic Thunder?
darker as you went out in the sun.
It took about a month. It took about a month, maybe 2. Looking back at some of my old pictures, I can see myself slowly getting darker. But when you're doing it, when you're looking at yourself every day, you don't really notice progression. But it takes a couple weeks to actually start seeing results.
Okay. And after how many weeks did you feel like, all right,
That's weird to me. It sounds like he wasn't actually going out into the sun enough. Because I could go out into the sun right now, sit outside for probably half an hour a day for a whole week. Tropic Thunder. What did I say? Tropic Thunder. What did I say? Did I say Tropic Thunder? I don't even remember. Anyway, I can go out for a whole week and I'll get tanner. Boom, done. You can look at any of my older videos. I'm tan as fuck because I used to work outside. So like, it sounds like he just didn't go outside. I did say Tropic Thunder. Okay.
I'm at the skin tone that I want.
I'm not there. I can't get there. I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to increase my dosage or to go into the sun more. I've gotten a little bit lighter than I was in the past because I stopped going into the sun.
Go into the sun more.
I stopped going into the tanning beds every other day. I would go tanning beds every other day, and the days I didn't go in, I would go out into the sun for an hour
Okay.
and lay there. I cut back on that some,
How did that not stimulate a response?
because I mean, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm scared, you know what I'm saying? All that shit, all the UV rays and stuff, So I don't know what to do, I want to get darker, but what am I supposed to do?
Well,
Just, I guess, paint yourself? I don't know. This is insane.
there's a video on your YouTube channel. We'll go ahead and show it. And this is day 50, where you're extremely darker than when you started.
Yeah.
And at that point, it seems like you're happy and, this is the effect that you wanted.
Today is day 50. That's right. Half of a
Wow.
100 days I've been injecting on myself, and as you can see, I am getting darker, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how I get in the sun, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, I look like I'm 10 shades lighter than I am, but then I go into the shadows and in the shade, and I look darker, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I was very happy. I did look quite orange in that picture, or that video, but that was because I was also taking bronzing lotions at the same time. I didn't know that bronzing lotions turn you orangey.
Okay.
Okay, so Dave,
I wonder because like I feel like wouldn't he still have a higher chance of getting like some kind of skin cancer because you're injecting yourself with something that absorbs sun rays in a different way, right? At least now I know if I see like a really leathery old man, it's because he has erectile dysfunction and he's injecting this stuff into himself. Because you see like leathery old men that like play golf. None of their penises work. They're using this stuff to inject. You ever think about that? Yeah, it's crazy, right?
50. Now you essentially look like a black man.
I'm gonna start walking up to old leathery men, and I'm gonna say, "Excuse me, sir, do you have erectile dysfunction? Do you may take a Milanatun?" And he's gonna cry and say, "Yes, who told you?" You know what I mean?
To a certain degree. What's the effect of people around you? Your family, your sister, your friends, your coworkers?
They were all, happy that I was happy, and
Okay.
there was no difference really. They were just happy that I was happy, and some of them they were like, I knew I wouldn't put it past you to do something like this, and I have some
I wouldn't put it past you to do something fucking dumb like this. That's what they're saying. That's what he's saying.
screenshots I could probably share with you. I can't remember what some of my homeboys said, but I asked one of my homeboys, and through text, and I was asking him, I was like, how do you personally feel about this? And he's like, that's you, bro. That's your body. If it makes you happy, all power to you, and don't listen to what everybody else says.
I'm assuming that's a black guy saying that.
I was like, well, what do you think about people that are trying to say negative things about me taking the injections? He's like, pay them no mind. They ain't living your life.
It's kind of true, man. Like, I don't know. When I first started, I thought this was preposterous. Now that I'm here, I do still think it's really weird, but I kind of get it. I kind of get him. Like, now I feel like we've educated ourselves on this dude. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, then you took it a step further and you got some tattoos on your arms.
No, I've had the tattoos for years.
Okay, so before taking these shots, you got those tattoos.
Correct.
Okay, can you show the first one and the second one?
Well, technically, they're the same thing.
Black power, fuck whites. Okay. Fantastic.
Okay.
Fuck whites, black power. That was the whole message behind it. People say it's 2 tattoos, but I consider it 1 because it's continuation.
Okay.
Okay, so...
People say it's 2 tattoos, but
Okay.
Wow.
Correct.
Okay, can you show the first one and the second one?
Well, technically, they're the same thing.
Okay.
Fuck whites, black power.
Hold on. Stop.
The first one and the second one?
Well, technically, they're the same thing.
Imagine, like, instead of reading this fuck whites, black power, you read it as, like, fuck black, white power. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of fucked up. Fuck black, white's power. That would be pretty fucked up. Fucking shit, dude. That's like, this becomes racist if you just look at it differently. It's like, oh, fuck whites, black power. Oh, but what if it was like, fuck black, white power? Wow, shit. Now all of a sudden, very different tattoo. Very different tattoo.
Okay.
Fuck whites, black power. That was the whole message behind it. People say it's 2 tattoos, but I consider it 1 because it's continuation.
Okay, so a white guy walks into a tattoo parlor and he says, I want fuck whites on one arm and black power on the other.
I got turned down 3 times.
I bet.
Yeah.
Are these white or black tattoo artists that are turning you down?
They were black Hispanic.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly what they were.
I mean, tattoo artists aren't really supposed to turn anybody down. I mean, this is their money. Like, how is it?
Well, I mean, like, if somebody walking in with, hey, I want a swastika, you'd imagine most tattoo artists would turn that down. Like, this isn't quite that, but, like, it's preposterous. So I'd probably be like, yeah, fuck out of here. This is just weird, bro. Like, honestly, they might have just thought he was, like, mentally fucking insane. And he might be a little bit, they might have something going on, man.
The reaction when they turned you down?
Well, the one guy said, hell no, I ain't tatting that ignorant shit on you.
That's
but
fair.
It's funny because later, after I got it tatted on and, like, people in the community were, cool with me and everything. I went to him and I was like, I want to get my tattoos redone to look better. He's like, I got you. He's like, I can redo them for you and make them better. So before he was saying no, he wasn't going to do it. Then I did it, and now he's willing to, do it. You know what I'm saying? And
Well, probably because before you didn't know who you were, but then like now you're probably like kind of a joke in the community. Maybe not a joke. I'm sorry for being so mean, but maybe a joke in the community. And they're like, I know that guy. And they're like, is he serious? And the guy's like, yeah, he's serious. He wasn't drunk. Oh shit. I guess I'll redo it now.
Make it look better.
Okay, but you did find a tattoo artist to do it the
Yeah, he did shoot up a school. You're right. That's fucked
first
up.
time.
Right.
And you got fuck whites and black power on your
Maybe they just didn't want him to come back and shoot their place up. Yeah.
arms.
That was I was going to say have something else tatted on, but it was the last 5 minutes that I changed what it was going to say. Originally, this was going to say "Kill Whitey" and Black Power, but
Okay.
I was at my female
Kill Whitey. So then it would have said kill Black, Whitey Power. You know what I mean? None of this is good, bro.
friend's house, and it was a mutual homeboy of ours that did the tattoos. And literally right before we started, she was like, "I don't know about Kill Whitey. That's a little too much. Why don't you just say something like fuck whites?" So I was like, I guess that still says the same thing. I was like, all right, cool, we'll do that.
A little bit differently though. It's one thing to be like, "Hey, fuck you," another thing to be like, I'm going to kill you." Those are two very different words. So at least he toned it down a little bit.
So,
ironically, he was closer to killing Whitey before he started transitioning. Before he started taking the skin stuff, he was closer because remember he was suicidal. It's fucked up, but
yeah.
Well, being a white man that says fuck whites on his arm, you're kind of saying fuck yourself.
I've never considered myself white. I consider myself human being.
But that's not even true, bro. I don't even think that's true. There was a time where he did, and you know what's really weird, bro? I can kind of understand this. Okay, when I grew up, I never considered myself white because I never identified with my skin color. Like when I was growing up, the conversation was skin color doesn't matter. So my mother never educated me. Like I wasn't white. I was just a fucking kid. And like I would be like do whatever, My mom would leave me with I considered her like my Aunt Jeannie. She was a Hispanic woman because she worked with her and they were really close friends. And it was whatever. We didn't acknowledge skin color, like we didn't know any of this shit. And then the conversation changed as you got older. It's like, oh, well now we like, and then he started in a community that was probably like skin color doesn't matter. So he never identified as white or anything. And then he moved to a community where it was like very polarized, like white and black. And that just that melted his fucking ADHD brain because he said he had ADHD. Right? He just fucking melted his fucking brain, bro. And he's like, I'm black now because the white people in that area hated black people and were racist. And like, of course, we always thought racism is bad. Bro, this shit is fucking insane. Like, he probably never actually did consider himself white. He probably never thought of it. And then when he was like met with the decision at 10 years old, all of a sudden he's like, well, fuck, I'm not white. I hate him. So I'm black. I guess I'm black. This is fucking insane.
And then when people told me you have to pick a side, you're not human. You have to be either, something. If you're going to label me, put me in the right category. You know what I'm saying? I'm not white. I'm not in that category. I'm in the black category.
Well, when you start doing this,
wow,
you're going to get a reaction, obviously. There's always been a thing in America with blackface, where you have white people that paint their face black. Every Halloween, a bunch of people end up losing their jobs for, Halloween costumes of blackface and so forth. But what you're doing is not blackface. You're actually, changing your skin color chemically.
Yeah, I mean, it's also people are ignorant of what blackface is. Blackface is, putting on makeup or paint with the sole intent to then mock and degrade black people. I'm not doing that. I'm being myself. I just have
I truly believe that what he's saying for him.
But to be darkening my skin at the same time of also being black, but from a lighter body.
That begs another question. I think Mama got actually asked in the chat before. Would it be considered as bad if a light-skinned black person wanted to do this treatment to be more black, to be more like dark skin? Would it be considered the same? I don't even think this is racist, honestly. I just think this is like bizarre. But would it be as bizarre if it was a light-skinned black person? I don't know. Because then you'd say like, well, that light-skinned black person probably faced colorism in the black community. Right? And then you'd be like, okay, it's more justifiable. But this guy thinks he's black, so he probably faced a ton of whatever. You wouldn't call it any type of bigotry, really. But frustrations with being told he's not black. Interesting. We watched this next part. So far we're up to, okay, we watched number 1, 2, this was 3. We watched 4. We watched 5. Well, we started with 6. So let's watch. Did we watch 7? We might as well finish it.
So once you started really doing the injections and
I'm not sure because some black people discriminate against mixed races, especially back in the day, calling them a mutt. Bro, yeah, there's a lot of racism and colorism in all communities. I think that's like a popular misconception. And there's a lot of like colorism in the black community. Like, you know, there's just a lot of crazy shit. It's not even just colorism. Like, if you talk to like Nigerian Americans, I've talked to a few before. They grow up in black communities, like they move from Nigeria, and like a lot of times they'll get insulted for being too white, not because of their skin color, but because Nigerian culture is very hardworking, and they come over into like a black American culture, and there's a ton of like systemic racism and like historical oppression. There's a lot there. The communities tend to be poor. They tend to be more like dependent on welfare. There's a lot of issues. Obviously, that's not an intrinsic black quality. It's just a cultural issue that stems from systemic racism, and they have like a lot of problems. And so they'll invalidate the blackness of Nigerian Americans, saying you're not black enough because you're working hard. And it kind of comes into like this internalized hatred for oneself, where it's like, oh, if you are smart in like black communities and you're trying to be smart, well, you're white, you're invalidated on your blackness. And it actually it's part of the problem in the black community. And of course, as a white person, there's nothing I could do about it. Like I can't, like, you know, there's nothing I can say about it. Like it needs to be strong black community leaders that like galvanize the two. But then on the other hand, like a lot of like we'll call them, what do you say, non-native black Americans, like Nigerian Americans, Haitian Americans, they get really angry if you call them black. Like I remember calling a Haitian woman black one time. I was at my mother's job, and I just called her black. Like it was just like as like a self prescriptor. She got mad at me because she's not black. She's Haitian, and the groups of like, we'll call them native black Americans versus like Haitian, etc. You get my point? They don't like each other. It's crazy. They don't like each other more than other people. It's crazy, insane.
Becoming darker. You have a certain kind of reaction from the black community, but there is a different type of reaction from white people, especially racist white people. So tell me what kind of happened at that point.
Yeah, so the black people seem to be coming around more, that they get to know me and stuff like that. And I talk to them, but the white people, they just steadily, I mean, they still come, you know, but there's a lot of fucking like shit that I get every fucking day. You know, I get countless messages from white people saying that I'm fucking crazy and I'm racist, or they would message me like fucking, you know, the N-word with the hard R and shit like that, and just bunch of fucking racial ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you got these people that say that they the fucking KKK harassing me all the motherfucking time, sending me pictures of the fucking Confederate flag, saying they're coming to get me, sending me pictures of black people being hung, saying to hang in there, buddy. You know.
It's crazy because of course I would expect people to call him a racist for doing this. I don't think he is. It's so interesting. We were just talking about the fighting between like native black Americans, like descendants of slaves and whatnot, versus like non-native black Americans, like Haitian, Nigerian people, and how they hate each other more than like other people. And then we move on to a conversation about how it seems like white racists hate him more than they hate black people, which makes sense because historically, I think that white racists hated white people who liked black people more than black people, because like you're not just like a black person, you're not a black person, you're like, remember, I'm not sorry to bring it up, but JS called someone the N-word lover. Like it's like, oh, it's worse to like black people than it is to be a black person. I mean, maybe it's because they feel you're making the conscious choice. And I'm not saying that, like, I'm not diminishing the experience of black people who are targets of racism, but it's like insane how it's like, oh, you chose the wrong side and you had the choice and you decided to go along with like the particular disgusting group according to like racist pieces of shit. It's just fucking crazy. This is so fucking insane. This whole thing is insane.
You know what I'm saying? And like they think they found where I live, you know what I'm saying? So they want to fucking, you know, send me pictures of areas in the town, you know what I'm saying, with the Confederate flag saying, we coming to get you. And then they want to fucking harass my fucking friends and send them messages with dead bodies and Confederate flags and all shit like that, saying that they're gonna get them for being friends with me.
That's fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But you know, I'm sure you knew that doing this and going public with it, you know, going on social media and putting yourself out there, this comes with it. I mean, did it surprise you at all?
Yeah,
I feel like I would never have expected this to come with it. That you know what I mean?
I'm surprised that so many people misconstrue me. I'm
Yeah.
surprised that so many people call me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Or say that I'm retarded or that I'm dumb. You know what I'm saying? I'm smarter than a lot of these motherfuckers on the planet. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe he is, but I mean, he probably is smarter than dumb fuck white racists, but he couldn't even say NAACP. So.
I have an extremely high IQ.
But yeah, no wonder he hates white people. That's fair too. He probably even developed even more of a hatred for white people after this is going on.
You know, I guess that's the curse of having a high IQ. You're different from everybody.
Okay, so you actually lived in Africa for a while?
Yeah, I lived out there for a couple of years. I love it there. It's fucking heaven.
Okay, I mean, I've been to Africa. I've been to Senegal, which is in West Africa. I've also been in Northern Africa, like Egypt and so forth. What country were you in?
I don't want to give out the specifics yet because
Why?
I am
Why?
working on my dual citizenship and I don't want haters to fuck that shit up.
Oh,
But
okay.
I want to like go everywhere. You know, I've been to a couple places, but I want to go everywhere. I want to like literally go with a backpack on my back and just walk across the whole continent and go to every country and just experience everything everywhere.
That's so interesting because if he literally walked the continent, obviously the sun is pretty crazy over there. So wouldn't he like he would get blacker in the face, and then he would look white on his body? Because unless he walked around naked with his wiener out, I don't know, bro.
I tried to do that before, but they kept trying to stop me at the fucking border saying, oh, you can't just walk in and out of all the countries just like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to have visas and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? But, so they make it a little hard,
What the
but
fuck?
it is still a dream of mine to be in Africa and live in Africa forever. I was supposed to be back there, but Corona stopped me from going there when they shut down everything. But as soon as all this shit lifts up, which is almost done,
You're like
my
the
ass is
Corona,
back
bro.
to Africa. Fuck America, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay, I mean, I've been to Africa. Africa's dope.
How much does he make money? Does he work? What does he do?
I think everyone should go to Africa of any race.
Okay,
But
maybe I
did you
will.
go to Africa before or after you started injecting yourself?
Before.
Okay.
Like people don't realize, they
Oh.
think that taking the injections, like I changed my life, but the injections, the only thing that's changed in my life with the injections is I've gotten darker skin. I've been
He's probably got a lot more hate.
getting my hair braided since I was like fucking like 11, 12, 13 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what?
I've been getting my hair braided since I was like fucking like 11, 12, 13 years old. You know?
That's interesting because he wasn't braided at all from what we saw until he became black. It's just interesting. Like he has no pictures of him like not trying to be black and with his hair braided. Then he has like darker skin and he braids his hair. It's very interesting. I wonder how this like happened. Like there had to have been a point in his life where he's like, I'm not white, I'm black now. Like as a kid, and then people would like his black friends were like, nah, man, you're not, and they would bully him so much he's like, fuck it, and he developed like this kind of some kind of anxiety or something associated with skin color or dysphoria, some kind of body dysmorphia or dysphoria, whatever. And then he's like, I gotta be fucking black. This is just crazy. This guy is a fucking science experiment.
You know what I'm saying? I've been rapping since I was 11, 12 years old. You know
Me
what I'm saying?
too,
I've
bro.
been like everything, you know what I'm saying, that I do now, you know what I'm saying? My dreams of being in Africa, it was always from as a small child. You know what I'm saying? Like people think that all this stuff is just now. No, it's not. I've always been this way. It's just people seem to be finding
I
out
don't
about
think
me
so.
now because
I don't think it's always. I think it's been since like 10 on when he moved from like a less racist area that didn't really talk about skin color to like a more racist area that everything was about skin color. I think that's when it triggered. I don't think this was an always thing at all.
darkening my skin and all of a sudden it's a problem. But yet we got, people lightening their skin, you know what I'm saying, which is bad in my perspective, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I think that is bad in my perspective too. Most of the time when people like lighten their skin, they're either trying to adhere to Western beauty. Well, they're usually just trying to adhere to like Western beauty standards or Westernized beauty standards. That's usually why they would be doing that.
if that's what they want to do, they should, cool,
Yeah, I mean like a Sammy Sosa.
Yep.
Look-
There's a lot of people in
look-
Jamaica too that do it, even in where is it? I think it's Korea. They do skin lightening there. You know what I'm saying? All the Koreans want to have even lighter skin than they got.
Yeah, I don't quite understand all that, but
They think
each his own,
that,
once again.
that the whiter you are, the more beautiful you are, but that's the opposite of what I think. You know what I'm saying? The blacker the baby, the sweeter the juice. You know what I'm saying? Like the darker you are, the more
Okay.
beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right, I mean you go to any
I
Chinatown, there's
guess
usually a
that's
bunch of
fine.
old Chinese ladies with umbrellas.
Bizarre.
Yeah, that's
You
because they
know,
don't want to get sun. They're trying to stay as light as they can.
Exactly. People are when they look at your situation, some people will think you're crazy. Do you feel like you're crazy, or do you think that you're perfectly normal and everyone else is just tripping?
I think a lot of people are tripping. I don't feel like I'm crazy. I might be I'm not saying, I wouldn't even say a little off, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a little different. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
I don't find myself crazy. It's just people don't see the real me. They don't take the chance or time to actually get to know me, like I said before, or anything that I'm about. They see little clips, little pieces of me. You know what I'm saying? They see some extremes, you know, some of my extreme point of views, but they don't know the real me. That's just little teeny pieces of who I am. You know, once you know me, you know, I don't think anybody would think that I'm crazy.
Well, Nuka Zeus, like I said at the top of the interview, definitely a very different type of person. Not the usual Vlad TV interview. You know, you seem to be comfortable with what you're doing, and at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. It doesn't really matter what other people think. If you choose to inject things yourself, you know the risks involved in it, and hopefully there aren't any very serious health risks along the way, because as much as you're devoted to what you're doing, I don't think you want to die in your mid-20s or however old you are trying to pursue this.
Well, I mean, but I am the kamikaze type, I guess you could say. Like, it's for the people. You know what I'm saying? I understand why suicide bombers do what they do. You know what I'm saying? They do it for their people. You know what I'm saying? I understand that now because I'm willing to do anything for my people. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm selfless.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I care about myself, yes. But the greater cause is bigger. So if people, the whole entire world has to hate me, or if I have to kill myself to be able to free black people in this motherfucking world that we live in, that one life is worth it compared to everybody else being free. You know what I'm saying?
Does he think that darkening his skin color is somehow saving black people? I think that's the problem, is that he has this very self-righteous view of him changing his skin color to be black. Him being black doesn't actually help black people at all. In fact, he was just explaining how it makes his black friends the target from racists, because like they're associating with him somebody who's basically a white guy who's trying to be black. This change doesn't come from any level of virtuousness and helping black people. It comes from like his massive amount of like mental frustrations with being considered white. Like that's what it really comes down to.
Hey man, listen.
And then he positively compared suicide bombers. Yeah, he did.
It's your life, and you have your right to pursue it as you see fit. People are going to say what they're going to say. Some people are going to support it. Some people are going to hate it. But that's true with everything that you do publicly. You're never going to get 100% support for anything you do. You know, we donated $10,000 to the NAACP during the whole George Floyd thing, and a bunch of people were mad that we chose that organization to donate to as opposed to someone else, or people got mad that it wasn't enough money. It should have been more. So no matter what you do,
I don't think he has a savior complex necessarily. I think he has like internal, like I think he has so much frustration associated with being considered white. You know what I mean? I don't think he's trying to say. I don't think he's like trying. He's not doing this, in my opinion, to save black people. I think he's doing this because he literally like hit a point in in his childhood where he was told you're either like a white racist or like a black, honestly, victim of like that particular community, and he chose the side that he felt was better, which I agree with that. Obviously, the white racist side is worse. And then it just kind of became like a big thing. He wanted to not associate himself with his whiteness, because he associates whiteness with evilness, because of the white people in his area were bad white people. This is also like 20 something years ago too. So like you think racial tensions are bad now, things are worse. Racism was just so much more palatable publicly. It's insane. We've made like massive progress even in the last 5-10 years. I would argue we've made more progress in the last 5 to 10 years than we have, you know, a fucking 50 years before that socially. So
positive or negative, someone's going to talk shit. And at the end of the day, it sounds like you're owning what you're doing. You're going into it, you know, eyes wide open. You understand the health risks. You understand the social ramifications of what you do. And if this is what you want to do, then, you know, do your thing.
I just want to be happy, and I want to fight the power. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, well, Nuka Zeus, man, I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
No doubt. Peace.
Okay, that was interesting. I don't know what to say. That was so much more stimulating mentally than I thought it was going to be. That was fucking crazy. Tied in with UBI. Shut the fuck up. I gotta pee. That was a very interesting video. I'll be right back. Holy moly, that was something.